When I look back at it now, I can't help but wonder if it was all just destined to fail. But I guess that's what they say about hindsight, right? It's always 20/20ths. And I've spent so many nights replaying it all in my head. Our relationship, our fights, the way we both tried, and somehow the way it all slipped away. But you don't just wake up one day and decide that you're done with everything. No, this happened over time. And if I'm honest with myself, I think we were both at fault. When I first met Dylan, I thought I'd found the perfect partner. You hear people say that a lot, but when it happens, you almost can't believe it's real. He was charming, confident, funny. He made me feel seen in ways I hadn't felt in a long time. We had these long, winding conversations talking about everything and nothing at the same time. He was the type of guy who could make you laugh even when you were upset, and honestly, I fell for him hard. I didn't think twice about it. We got married after what seemed like the perfect whirlwind romance. The kind of relationship everyone around us envied. Everyone kept saying how lucky we were to have found each other. But that's where I should have known. Things that look perfect on the outside don't always reflect the reality within. You can build an empire of love with someone, but all it takes is a little crack to start the whole thing crumbling. The first crack came during my second year of marriage. I started noticing little things, small behaviors that felt off. Dylan's work life became a huge priority for him. He'd be gone on business trips more often than not, and when he was home he was tired, distracted. He'd stay up late on his laptop, working on things that didn't make sense to me. And when I asked about it, I got the standard, "It's just work stuff, don't worry about it." But I did worry. I wasn't an idiot. I knew something had changed. I told myself I was overreacting. I mean, we were both busy. Who doesn't have a crazy work life? But that nagging feeling never left. I wanted to trust him, I really did. But one night, I decided to check his phone. I know, I shouldn't have. It's a breach of trust, and deep down I knew that, but I was desperate to know what was going on. And when I found those messages, I didn't know how to react. He was texting someone, flirty texts, intimate stuff that made my heart drop. That wasn't just business. He wasn't talking to just a colleague. There was someone else. I confronted him that night, and let me tell you, it didn't go well. He was defensive, angry. He said I was misinterpreting everything, that the messages didn't mean what I thought they did. But I knew what I saw. And that was the beginning of the end. I was hurt, I was betrayed, but I also didn't know what to do next. Do you just end a marriage over one moment of doubt? I didn't know, but every time he left again for a business trip, my mind spiraled. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Was he seeing her? Was this just the beginning of something bigger? He kept assuring me there was nothing to worry about, but every apology felt rehearsed and every excuse sounded hollow. Then came the second betrayal. I didn't expect it, but I should have. I started feeling the distance between us. We'd fight more often, and when we didn't fight, it felt like we were living with a cold silence between us. Then one evening, I came home early from a visit to my sister's, and I found him in the living room, pacing with his phone in his hand. He didn't know I was home. And I overheard a conversation, a call with the same woman from the text. I didn't hear everything, but I heard enough. Words like, "I miss you," and "we'll figure this out soon." And that's when I realized he hadn't just been texting her, he'd been calling her too. I didn't even have to ask. This time, I didn't confront him immediately. I sat with it. For days. I knew I couldn't keep living like this. Trust, once broken, is so difficult to rebuild. But I loved him. I did. And I wasn't sure I could walk away from our life, from the future we had planned. But deep down, I knew I couldn't keep pretending either. I still tried to talk things through. But every conversation felt like he was playing me, like we were just going in circles. He apologized again and again, but the damage was already done. I felt like I was being strung along, like I wasn't enough. I started asking myself, had I been too blind to see the signs earlier? Had I missed all the little moments? All those tiny hints that told me something wasn't right? I still wanted to believe in him, in us, but I was becoming a shell of myself. And when you lose yourself for the sake of a marriage, you start to wonder what's left. And then I found the evidence. It wasn't even something he hid. It was right there in the open. He left a receipt on the kitchen counter from a hotel I didn't recognize. The date matched up with the time he was supposedly out of town for a work conference. The hotel was the kind of place you go if you're planning to stay a while. Not a quick overnight for business. That was it for me. I'd had enough. The trust was gone. The pain was too much to bear. I didn't even wait for him to come home. I packed my things and left. I wish I could say that I moved on without regret, but that's not the truth. I still think about him. I still wonder if we could have fixed it, if there was something I could have done differently. And maybe I should have trusted my instincts sooner. But at the end of the day, I had to save myself. He wasn't the only one who could make decisions for us. And maybe that's the most painful part of it all. We were a team, a partnership. But sometimes, you have to accept that some things can't be fixed, no matter how much you want them to be. Is it possible to truly rebuild trust after it's been shattered? Or is walking away the only solution when the evidence of betrayal is too overwhelming to ignore? Should we always try to fix things, or is there a point where self-preservation must come first?